Good morning, everyone. This is Royce Miller coming back at you with yet another Let's Try. And today on the docket we have Elf on a Shelf cake bites. We have Christmas cake bites and hot chocolate cake bites. Hot cocoa cake bites, sorry. What is Elf on a Shelf? After my time kind of thing. Basically, you put an elf on a shelf and he spies on your kids for the dude in the North Pole. So in other words, he's a narc. He's a stooge, a stool pigeon. He's the enemy. If there are any kids out there who watch me, I am going to be talking about this I'm going to be talking about this as a cynical adult. So feel free to ignore my opinions, wherein I say, if I say that Santa Claus doesn't exist, well, okay, if I say that Santa Claus does not exist in the capacity that people say he exists. But I'm going to be talking about this as an adult and not as a kid. So, I owe you guys my candidness. You know what I mean? So, but speaking as said cynical adult, I think Elf on a Shelf is really predatory and weird. Like, you're basically saying that your children are being spied on by this little creepy doll that you hang up on a shelf. I don't know, man. It seems just weird to me. A weird way to keep your kids in line. Like, it's not enough that you threaten them with Santa Claus. Like, oh, if you're, he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so let's see. What should we try first? Now, these are obviously competing with Little Debbie Christmas cakes, and they're already starting off on the on a back foot because they're a lot more expensive. I think Little Debbie cakes are like $2.40, and these are like $4. I'd have to double check though. But we'll start with the normal cakes first, with this little elf girl on the front. Scout Elf's message. So they're each individually named. Okay, that's weird. Also, Scout? Like what, a military corps? Or like, Team Fortress 2? Or maybe he's just a Cub Scout. Oh god, how did they do this? To follow my Aquila and obey the law of the pack? I can't. Oh my god. Weeblos was so long ago, kids. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is what we are presented with. A very thick cake. Okay, so it's 3 different colors. Weird. So you have, maybe it's not showing up for you guys, but it looks like it for me. You have pink on top, green in the middle, and then a more reddish color on bottom. Very thick looking cake. Let's take a bite. Huh. That is bad. Like, it's fine in that it's like just a cheap snack cake, but like, it's got the same frosting as the vanilla cake bite, or as the vanilla Christmas tree cakes that Little Debbie sells, and it's not nearly as, it doesn't have nearly as good cake, and it doesn't even have the cream filling, man. I don't know. I do not know. It tastes like a vanilla Christmas tree cake, just in a different configuration and slightly worse. Because it's not a. Well, okay. It's a little thicker, more akin to like a butter cake than the Christmas tree cakes, but like. Other than that, it's like the exact same flavor profile. Slightly different consistency, but exact same flavor profile. Let's see how many of these there are. Oh my god. You get 4. You get 4 of these wretched little things. That is insane. This is more expensive than the Christmas tree cakes, and you get almost half as much. What the actual F? This is terrible. Little Debbie is way better than this. Alright, let's try these. Let's see if these are better. These do look interesting. Like, you can see here, they have some kind of, like, different little dot sprinkles here. They have chocolate white, more chocolate in the cake area. Alright. So let's see. Okay, so this looks a little more interesting. This almost looks like fudge. You see here how it's got like a much thicker consistency. With these little bobas that look like, you ever see those frog eggs that get embedded in the frog's back? I probably shouldn't mention that when I'm about to eat these. They're crunchy with the balls. It is very fudgy. Like, it is a cake, but again, it's more like a butter cake. A very thick consistency. Virtually no crumb. It reminds me of something I've had. Oh, duh. It's basically a frosted brownie. Which, okay, if we're comparing these to Little Debbie's brownies, they're a little better in that they don't have the chemical-y taste that the Little Debbie brownies have. But they're still super expensive. These are actually a lot like the Little Debbie brownies because having the different textured thing on top does kind of give me flashbacks to Little Debbie's Cosmic brownies, which are famous for having the chocolate chips on top. My brother and sister love the Cosmic brownie. I was always a zebra cake or Nutty Buddy, I think they're called, or even a oatmeal pie or fudge round kind of guy. I used to go to Newman's grocery store in Glenwood, Iowa, as a kid, and I'd get myself a 70 cent or a 75-cent 20 ounce of RC Cola and a 25-cent fudge round, and I only have to pay $1 for it. It's really nice. You know what I'm realizing this guy reminds me of is salted caramel. Like these are almost like little salt crystals on top. And it does have a bit of a savoriness to it, I wonder. I think. Not I wonder, I think. Let's see how many are in here. Still 4. Well, this is just vile. Back when I was a kid, like I could destroy a 12-pack of Little Debbie cakes. This thing costs twice as much as Little Debbie. I think I can't. I have to re-verify that. And doesn't even have as much stuff to it. Well, you know it. I guess that's just what it is, how it be sometimes. So when you're out, just yeah. But for parents, I just want to say, consider a different consider a different activity to do with your kids at Christmas time. Elf on a Shelf seems kind of predatory. You could build a nativity scene together. Make a gingerbread house. The traditional milk and cookies for Santa and carrot sticks for his reindeer. And to any kids out there, if your parents do get you Elf on a Shelf, snitches get stitches. This little bastard ain't stopping you from getting a PS5. I'm Royce Miller. Merry Christmas, everyone.